Hello.
What shit are we here to talk about today?
Oi, you don't talk about my film like that. Yes, we're we're
I
we're
talk about your
back
film however I want.
and we're talking about part one of my favourite film of all time, Kill Bill. Um,
It's your favourite film, really?
yes, I've
This?
said it multiple times. Yeah, it is.
No, I'm trying to knock it down a little bit by with the tone of voice. What really? This film?
Well, that's just unnecessarily mean.
Yeah,
Um,
well, it's been that kind of week.
well, don't go taking it out on me.
Yeah, but
So, opening statement.
I watched this a while back for my Tarantino movie series reviews, and I considered it a solid 8 out of 10.
Okay. Yeah. I
Feel free to read that on the website with the details as to why I believe I talked about each film individually, just as we are going to. So feel free to go find it there. I can't be asked to read it out. I can't be asked to think too much about
well,
it. I consider it an 8 out of 10.
I as I said, really, really, really love this film. I love everything about it. I love the plot. I love the characters. The music's amazing. There's great action scenes, brilliantly choreographed. I think most of all, I love the fact that it's Quentin Tarantino's love letter to the films and genres that most inspired him. It's like everything he likes most in one film, and that's very endearing as far as I'm concerned. So, yeah, why don't we
So
start?
I suppose there's not much more to say then, is there? You've basically said it all. Half
So,
the shit I was going to say you've included in that. So what's the
yes,
point?
let's start. Um, so we open with a woman, Uma Thurman, lying on the floor in a wedding dress. It's clear it's a wedding dress, and she's badly beaten up. And there's a man who we can't see talking about her, and he tells her how this isn't. There's nothing sadistic in what he's doing. It's purely masochistic. And we hear him cock a revolver. It sounds like load and cock a revolver, and she looks at him and says, "Bill, it's your baby," and then she gets shot in the head.
I don't think she got all the way through the word baby.
I thought she didn't, and then when I rewatched it, she did.
Uh, fuck knows.
Just. But yeah, it's certainly one of those moments where he shoots her before fully processing what he's heard.
Yeah.
Um,
Oh no, that means that the baby's going to have a situation.
and then we get our sort of opening theme with Nancy Sinatra singing "Bang Bang," which is a perfect song for this moment. And
Mm.
after that, we cut to chapter two,
Oh my god.
which is called Number Two, and Uma
We're
Thurman.
in Pasadena, California.
Yeah, Uma Thurman drives up to this house in the pussy wagon.
Yes. I wonder where she got that from.
Yeah, raises a question. She explains
It's a very obnoxious looking vehicle,
it
isn't it?
is. I'm sure the owner is a very subtle and likable fellow.
Yeah.
Um, she explains that this is owned by someone called Jeannie Bell, who's married to a
Mm.
doctor and has, and but her real name is Vanita Green, and they used to be associates.
Yes, I did.
She rings the doorbell, door opens, and there's Vanita Green, played by what's her name, Vivica A.
Right.
Fox,
Okay.
who seems to be expecting somebody else, and then gets punched in the face,
Yes.
and
Oh
we
my god.
we get an amazing fight in this
Yes,
house.
I my note for this is as with all fights, it's well choreographed.
Every fight in both these films is great. They're basically evenly matched. At one point, Uma Thurman she gets her in a chokehold, and
Hmm.
Vanita Green whacks her with a fire poker, and they trash the shit out of this house. Vanita gets a kitchen knife and is clearly very
Because she
skilled with it.
we do find out in a bit that she was supposedly incredibly dangerous with a knife, like
Yes,
basically unmatched.
yes, and the fight sort of circles from the living room to the kitchen to the dining room back into the living room, and they're facing off against each other with the both of them have a knife. They're about to go, and the shot is framed so we see a school bus driving up outside, and the little girl gets out and starts walking to the house, and Venita's eyes, they turn pleading, and she shakes her head. And just as the door opens, they both hide their knives and act like nothing has happened.
Mm.
And Venita explains that, oh, this is my daughter Nikki. Don't mind the mess. Your dog. Your that good
Dog
for
fucked
nothing.
up the.
Yeah, that good for nothing dog of yours got in here and acted a damn fool.
Yes. So the kid gets sent off to a room,
Yep.
and there's a sort of moment where they put their knives away and they go and make a coffee.
Yeah. It's like, do you want a cup of coffee? Yeah, go on. And they have a little talk, and Venita is trying to persuade Uma Thurman's character to spare her. Essentially,
Yeah.
I've got a kid. I don't deserve your
Oh,
mercy.
don't use that just because you got pregnant.
Yeah, it seems to be a sore point for
Yeah.
Uma Thurman.
We come into the knowledge that Uma Thurman is here for revenge,
Yes,
but she doesn't want to kill in front of a girl.
yes, she has standards. She doesn't want to do.
I don't remember you saying. She does get introduced, but her name is bleeped.
That's true.
Yes, you can sort of, if you know what it is, you can sort of make
You
it
definitely
out still.
can. Yeah.
But if you don't know what it is, then you wouldn't necessarily.
Yeah.
Although it is amusing to me that she is referred to as kiddo at one point.
Yeah. Yeah.
That endearing term.
Yes, which has a double meaning. It transpires. Venita essentially, after being told we are going to fight, this is going to happen, nothing is going to change anything. But he says, okay, there's a baseball diamond like a couple of miles away. I coach a little league there. Let's meet at 2:30 in the morning, all in black, and we'll have ourselves a good old-fashioned knife fight.
No one will disturb them.
Yeah, sounds good to me. But that's
and
got to wait.
Venita decides to go get some cereal.
Yeah, she's going to make cereal for a kid.
No, she doesn't pull the gun out. She tries to shoot through the bottom of the cereal.
Yes, she
kaboom
cereal. She takes the opportunity to try and shoot her, as he said. Misses, and Uma Thurman's character throws a knife and it hits her in the heart, and she falls down and dies.
Yes, and the girl stood there.
Oh no, that's a problem, isn't it?
She says something along the lines of, "I had no intention of doing this in front of you. When you grow up, if you still feel raw about it, I'll be waiting."
Yes. Take it from me. Your mother had it coming.
This is very much the setup for any potential sequel.
It is, which I've always sort of been of two minds on.
It would be an unnecessary sequel, but there is a story to tell potentially.
That's basically how I feel. Yeah, it writes itself, but there's not really much point.
It wouldn't be a long film, would it? Unless they dragged it out unnecessarily.
It demonstrates the mindset of this character that you have every right to grow up hating me and wanting to kill me, and if you want to come and see if you can take me out, you're more than welcome to do that. Yeah, I'll be waiting.
Basically.
And then she goes and she crosses off the second name of her list.
Because this film having already been.
Yeah. Because this film is not in order.
No.
I forgot to say actually right at the start, when the film is opening, we get a feature presentation thing, like before the movie begins, which is directly from like 1970s kung fu movies, which is just one of the many ways this film is based on shit Quentin Tarantino really likes.
What's next? Sonny Chiba?
Yeah.
No, not quite.
Not quite.
No. Not till chapter 4.
Yeah. So we get our sort of early action scene, which is great because it's good for keeping your interest. Because if it wasn't for that, the pacing would be a bit off if it was in order.
Yeah.
So we go back, and now we're in a cop car, and he's playing a song on the radio. And it never fails to disappoint me a little bit because I like the song, and then it cuts off abruptly because it is on the radio, and as soon as he parks, he turns the radio off.
As you do.
But he gets out, and it's this chapel in the middle of El Paso, Texas.
Mm-hmm.
And there's been a shooting.
Oh my god!
They quickly determine
9 casualties.
Yeah. They quickly determine that this is not the work of some squirrely amateur. This is someone who knew what they were doing. There was probably 4 or 5 of them.
Yeah, Mexican Hit Squad or something.
Yeah, and there's a bit where the main sheriff um, leans down to examine the bride, which is what they've been calling her, because the name Arlene Machiavelli, which is what's on all her documents and stuff, they've determined that's a fake.
Yeah, and also she's wearing bridal garb,
Yes,
therefore
yes, that's all they've got to
makes
go
sense
on.
that she would be the bride.
And he's like,
They notice that she's pregnant as well.
yes, he's saying how pretty she is and all this stuff, and she responds by spitting in his eye, which is a reflex
Yes.
thing.
Mm.
But it's a nice
Weird
little
that, isn't it?
moment
As a
of
reflex.
what?
It was a weird reflex, that isn't it?
It is a bit, yeah, but it's a character thing, not really. It's defiance,
Mm.
and yeah, she spits in his eye, and he says, "This tall drinker cocksucker ain't dead."
Oh my god.
So off she goes to the hospital.
Hmm.
She's in this coma room. Then we hear some
Yep.
whistling, don't we?
Yes, we do.
Which is
Daryl Hannah does some whistling.
yes, she's whistling. What's she whistling? I can't remember the song, but
I can't remember. I did note it
yeah,
at the time, but I
it's
can't remember.
it's it's from a film I think that came out in the '60s about a serial killer, and whenever he feels the
Mm.
urge to kill, he whistles that tune.
Oh, okay.
That's what that's from. And she goes in and she gets changed into like nurse's outfit. Her eye
Ooh
patch.
la la.
She puts on, she has a Red Cross eye patch, which
Mm.
is just
Well,
amusing.
she's trying to look the part, isn't she?
Yes, and we
She's clearly disguising herself
yeah.
with
Uh,
intent to do something nefarious with the injection that she has
yes, this is
on the
El
trail.
Driver, otherwise known
Yes.
as the California Mountain Snake.
Yep.
She goes in and she starts talking to the bride who is unconscious and says that I didn't like you, I always fucking hated you, but I did respect you.
Hmm.
And dying in our sleep is a luxury our kind is rarely afforded. This is my gift to
Yeah.
you.
Mm.
She's about to inject her. Then her phone goes off. She's a bit annoyed by this.
Yep.
And there's a man on the other end of the phone, the same man in the opening who shot the bride.
Mm.
And he tells her, "You're going to abort the mission." And
And
she
she's not very happy.
presses, "We owe her better than that. You don't owe her shit. Keep your voice down." And then she whispers
Yeah.
it again, which is just amusing. Um, but he makes the
People
point.
do that in films and TV, don't they? When
Yeah.
they're told not to be quite so loud, they repeat it quieter.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's weird.
Yeah. You don't really do that in real life.
No,
Um,
not really.
but he makes the point that they beat the shit out of her. They shot her in the head. She's still not dead. This woman deserves better than to be killed in her sleep like this. If she ever
Yeah.
wakes up, we're going to do worse to her, but she deserves that opportunity. So we're going to abort it and we're just going to leave her alone. So Elle reluctantly leaves.
Hmm.
Um,
Yep.
but there's other sinister figures in this hospital, aren't there?
Yeah, sadly, we find out that 4 years later, there's an orderly
Yeah.
that is coming in with a customer.
Yes.
Yeah, and we find out that he is basically pimping her out
Yes.
with a variety of rules that suggest that he's been doing this for quite some time and
Yes.
knows what he's doing to not get caught.
Yes. Yeah.
Yes.
Um, his name is Buck, and he is here to fuck without consent.
Yeah,
And
bastard.
of course, the bride, having woken up and then pretended to go back, will still be in a coma.
Yeah.
She figures out, she looks at her hands and somehow figures out it's been 4 years, which I feel like is some sort of acupuncture type thing. I don't know what that is. It's probably not real. And she's got a metal plate in her head. But this
Mm.
trucker's making his move, and she
I
bites
don't
his.
think she knows it's been 4 years
She does.
necessarily.
She does. She says.
Does she?
She does. Yeah, she says. She says it quietly, but the subtitles pick it up
I
because
didn't notice
She
that.
looks at her hands. Something about the lines on her hands, but she knows how long she's been in there. I don't ask me how she does. I don't know.
Problems.
So she kills the trucker, and then when Buck comes back, she cuts his hamstring, I think,
Mm.
and then starts interrogating him about Bill,
Yep.
which he knows
Got his
nothing
head
about.
in the door frame.
Yeah, and
Hits him repeatedly.
yes, and she remembers who he is and whacks him with the door, and he sort of, if he's not dead, he's going to be seriously fucked up.
Yeah,
So she steals his
basically.
keys, And it's
and his
important.
clothes.
Yeah, it's important to note that her legs don't work yet.
No.
So she gets herself a wheelchair, makes her way down to
Yep.
the car park, and finds the pussy wagon,
Yes,
which is
it's a
Buck's
noxious
truck.
vehicle owned by uh, rapist slash pimp.
Yeah. So
Buck.
she crawls away in the back and shuts the door, and then she's trying to will her legs to move. We're looking at him and
Mm,
saying, "Wiggle your big toe."
yeah, which is a reference to a
Yeah.
film where something similar happened. I can't
And the fact that
specifics,
Quentin
but
Tarantino really likes feet.
yeah, there's just so many feet in this film.
um, and while she's doing this, she gives some thought to the people who did this to her and
Yes,
hones in on the one that she's pretty sure she knows where she is. And
yes,
that's Oreni Shii, as played by Lucy Liu.
yes, Cottonmouth.
Yes, and we get the story of Oren, which is that
Mm,
she was an army brat. She was half she's Chinese, Japanese, American.
yep,
Yeah, um, and her parents got murdered by the Yakuza, and this is related in an anime scene
yeah,
sequence.
hmm
Parents are brutally murdered. It's sad that
yeah,
the music's great. The way it's not shot, but the way it's presented is great. Where she's lying on the bed and her mum gets stabbed and the blood soaks through and drips on her face. It's
the blade barely misses her itself,
yeah,
and
and she's clearly really cut up about this, and part of her clearly dies there too because they burn her house down, and we see her standing outside watching her home burn.
yeah,
But she's lucky because the Yakuza boss who did it is a paedophile.
yeah. Sounds real lucky.
Yeah, and when she's 11, because she's like 9 or 7 or something, she's really
I
little when
don't
this
know.
happens. But yeah, she kills him. Um,
Mm. During a disgusting act that he's
yeah,
performing.
she's clearly taken advantage of that fact to get close to him in a private way.
It's it's worth noting that in this case, of course, she's taking advantage of her Japanese heritage
Hmm.
because they know a thing or two about surprise attacks.
Yeah, they didn't tell me about Pearl Harbor, did they?
No, exactly.
No. Um, God, that was so awkward. Yeah, and
Yes,
she
but at least we got a joke out of it.
yes, she kills him and his guards. By the age of 20, she's one of the top female assassins in the world, and we're shown this because she shoots some. I don't know whether it's ever confirmed, but he looks kind of South American, I guess. Some
Does
political.
he?
I don't know. I don't know where I picked that up because it's never confirmed in the text, and I don't know whether it's. I don't know, but she shoots a guy, a political figure,
Yeah,
who's
that's what it
driving
sounds like.
in a limo with blacked out windows, and she gets a direct headshot. Um,
Whilst the pageant queens or whatever that are with
yeah,
him uh,
yeah,
freak the fuck out.
yeah,
As you do.
yeah. So
Mm.
that's Oren, and we cut back to the bride who manages to get her big toe wiggling.
Yes, after about and then it takes about 13 hours to get.
Yes, and this is the issue. One of the only real issue I have with this film,
Mm,
because you know me, I can suspend my disbelief. I can work around stuff.
yep.
So how has she not been found yet?
I don't know. She'd have needed a toilet. She'd have needed to eat. She'd have needed to drink.
It's been 13 hours.
Yep.
Let's assume Buck's shift had, or yeah, Buck's shift had just started, right?
Mm,
And he's the only one who checks in on them because they're like the coma patients who are likely never coming out of it.
yeah.
And she's hidden the bodies as like stuffed them under the bed or whatever.
Yeah.
That's what, like 7.5 hours, or maybe he's doing a longer shift because it's America and it's a hospital.
Best case scenario, it's a 12-hour shift, I reckon. And unless she changed her bedding,
Yeah.
which would have been covered in blood because of when she killed a trucker, you know, I don't. Yeah, she should have been caught.
Let's say it's a
Should have been
12-hour
found.
shift and the person who took over from Buck hadn't checked in that room yet.
That's probably the only way you can get away
Yeah.
with it. There's still 13 hours to get your feet working after 4 years in a coma.
Mm.
Seems very quick.
Yeah, well, she's built different, isn't she?
Yeah, well, I don't like the whole
But
I'm special so I can do it
then I sort of
mentality.
think, isn't this going to be a big news story when it's found?
Probably, yeah.
I don't know. I don't need much, but I wish it just gave me a bit more, so I didn't obsess about this every now and then. But her feet are working, and it's
Yeah.
off.
Hooray for Quentin Tarantino.
Yes, yes, her feet are working. Tarantino actually did shoot 13 hours of footage of Uma
Yeah, I
Thurman looking
believe
at her
it.
feet, but
But only about a minute ended up in the in
he's
the in the
he kicked,
film,
yeah,
and we don't quite know, nor
where,
do we want to.
where the rest of it went.
Yes.
Um, but yeah, she's off now to Okinawa. We see,
Yes. To see a man from Okinawa.
yeah, and we get a yeah. I love this part. She walks into this sort of tiny little dusty bar, this sushi bar place, and she's talking to the guy. And she's pretending to be an American tourist, and it's a bit of
Hmm.
back and forth between the owner, played by Sonny Chiba,
Yeah.
and his assistant. And eventually, he asks her what brings her to Okinawa, and she says, "I'm looking for a man. His name is Hattori Hanzo."
Oh no.
There's a look of recognition, and she's speaking Japanese now.
Mm. Which he had been pretending to be quite bad
Yeah.
at.
And he takes her up to his attic, and we see that he's a swordsmith because he's got all
Yes.
these katanas on the wall.
Yes. He doesn't make them anymore, but these are a collection he has for sentimental reasons and they're not for sale.
Yes, there's a real aura of. I mean, the music again is great, but there's a real aura of reverence that the
Mm.
bride has when she's looking at these things. She reaches out to touch one and then stops herself and asks for permission first. And
Yeah. And he
yes,
directs her to take what a particular one to try
yeah,
a particular one,
because he
doesn't he?
knows his swords, and as you say, they're not for sale. And
Mm.
she asks, she says, "I'm not asking you to sell me one. I'm asking you to give me one."
Mm.
And
Because she feels he has an obligation.
yes, and
Because the
he,
rodent that she is trying to take care of
yeah,
was taught by him.
and he immediately knows who she's talking about, and
Yes, he
he
writes the name Bill on the window pane in the dust, doesn't he?
and agrees, and it says,
Yeah,
"It'll take me a month to make the sword. You can stay here. I suggest you use the
in
time training."
practice.
And off he
Mm.
goes. And he's not happy about it, but
There's this bit, isn't there, where he throws the baseball.
yeah,
He said something about it being funny, but she likes swords. She's an American who likes swords, and he's a Japanese guy who likes baseball.
yes,
But he throws the baseball at her, and she slices it in half immediately.
still
Like
got
it's
it.
not even, you
Yeah.
know.
Well, we never find out. This is one of the things I've always really liked about Tarantino. We never find out what the relationship was really between Bill and Hattori Hanzo and why that fell apart. I think he looks briefly at a photograph before writing his name on the wall, on the window. So we can only
I
assume
can't remember.
Bill killed somebody using a sword that Hattori Hanzo had made for him and presumably
Hmm.
taught him how to use.
Yeah,
And Hattori Hanzo feels a great deal of guilt about this, given who the person was.
yeah, which makes sense.
Yeah. So a month passes and we have this ceremony where a rather somber looking Hattori Hanzo, he eyes up his sword and says, "This is I say without any sort of humility or any sort of arrogance, or whatever, that this is the finest sword I have ever made. If you
Hmm.
encounter God on your journey, God will be cut." And he gives her the sword, and she thanks him, and she goes. So now she's got a sword, and it's off to Tokyo.
Hooray!
More great music as she flies in. I think it's called the Bumblebee, something Bumblebee.
I don't know.
Um,
This section is called the Showdown at House of Blue Leaves.
yes,
Yes. We find out a bit about Oren's entourage.
yeah,
Yes. About the Crazy 88
yeah,
and Go-Go in particular.
yes. Gogo is Oren's bodyguard, who is 17
Yep.
and fucking nuts, as
Yep.
is um, displayed when she disembowels a pervert, and the fact she does
Yep.
not like Ferraris. Um, we've got Johnny Moe, who's the head general of the Crazy 88, and Sophie Fatale, who's
Yes.
Oren's lawyer and best friend and dresses like a villain on Star Trek.
Yes, as described in Thingy.
Yes. And
Yes,
Oren is now the head of the Yakuza in Japan.
yes. But one of them, Yakuza bosses, is not happy about
No,
it.
he's not.
No.
He has a rights drop, doesn't he?
Yeah, he has a racial outburst.
He does. He does. And the others in the council meeting are aghast. And he says, "I
You know,
love."
I am somewhat pleased he makes it about race and not about gender.
I think he just called her a bitch. But yeah, you're
No, I
right.
don't think
The issue that
it's
the
it.
main issue there isn't that she's a woman; it's that she's
Yeah,
not fully Chinese or Japanese.
yeah. That's why.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And yeah, he has that outburst, and she is up like a fucking flash on the table and cuts his fucking head off.
yeah,
And it makes a point of speaking in English and says, "Look, we can talk. You can talk to me about anything. If you got an issue with something I'm doing, we'll have a chat, and no subject will be off the table except this one. And if anybody mentions it, I'm going to cut your fucking head off."
yeah.
And then she
As
adjourns.
demonstrated
Yeah, and
because
then
she's
she
just done
adjourns
it.
the meeting.
Yeah. Yes.
So the bride arrives and gets herself a motorcycle and dresses up like Bruce Lee.
Yes, from Game of Death.
Yes, and presumably tracks down Sophie Fatale, or
Yeah,
maybe
it must be
accidentally just
somehow.
runs past her and the bike.
Nah, it'll be the deliberate thing that we just don't
Probably,
see.
probably, and yeah, it will be.
It isn't like you playing Hitman; you just randomly stumble across the target.
Well, it's not like you playing it, man. She didn't run in and just start waving a fucking sword about and hoping for the best.
No, she walks in with a lawyer hostage and cuts her fucking arm off
Yeah,
instead, and then does what you did in fucking Hokkaido and lets everyone come to her
yes,
to kill them instead of doing it properly.
yeah. Well, yes, as you say, she goes to the House of the Blue Leaves, which is like a fancy bar restaurant type place,
Yeah,
and there's a band
where
playing.
they have a barefoot band
Yes,
and
barefoot.
Charlie Brown.
Also worth. I did take note of a shot of Sophie Fatale putting a foot to the brake or the pedal, and she's wearing sandals, and you can see her bare feet. So add that to the tally.
Yeah, it's
Um,
ridiculous.
yeah, the
French and
5,
British
6,
shit
7,
together,
8s
man.
are playing, and the owner and some guy who's cosplaying as Charlie Brown for some reason, um, without knowing it, um, are
I've
scared
got to say,
shitless.
this is two films from this series of reviews that we've done where in Japan someone has been called Charlie Brown.
Yes. What was the other one? Remind me. Oh yeah, no, you're right. Yeah, it was.
What's the translation?
Yeah. Yes. Um. Yeah. And the owner is terrified because they're
Yeah.
Yakuza,
Hmm.
and the bride sneaks up to the room. Oren hears movement, throws a like a dagger thing um, through the paper door, and Gogo goes to look. So the bride goes to the bathroom to sort of prepare, and who should walk in but Sophie Fatale? And next thing you know,
But
she's well, Oren and her entourage are just sort of joking about, and then she hears her name being called. And they all go, and she sees it's the bride. She says her name, and then the bride cuts off Sophie Fatale's arm,
yes, she does.
and everybody panics and starts running the fuck out of there.
Yep,
And Sophie Fatale starts bleeding out at this point, and
yep,
presumably stops quite quickly afterwards because she's still alive by the end of the movie.
yeah.
She's
Fucking
probably shoving fucking serviettes on that stump and doing God knows what to try and stop the bleeding, but she makes it through. But whatever, that's the tone of this film, which is fine.
spoiler.
Yeah. So we get the start of this big fight,
Yes, we
and
do. It's a hell of a fight.
yeah, Oren sends some of her bodyguards down, easily dispatched. Then comes Gogo, who puts up a bit of a better fight, almost kills her
Yeah.
with her meteor hammer. And the bride
Mm.
does try and talk her out of doing it, and does feel a bit bad when she eventually sticks um, like a chair leg in her head.
Something like that. Yeah, it's got nails sticking out of it, and it
Yeah,
just yeah
she feels
does it
bad
again.
because she's only 17, And
But also self-defense.
yeah, she had it. She definitely had it coming. She was fucking nuts.
Yeah.
Um,
But that does mean that there are fewer perverts going to be murdered.
that's true.
So,
That's true.
you know,
We get a
bit
little
of
bit of a scene with Oren and the bride where they're making small talk,
a.
and
And then who else turns up?
well, she's yeah, she hears motorcycles that seemingly come
Ooh.
from everywhere, every direction.
Yep.
Says, you didn't think it was going to be that easy, did you? She says, for a second there, yeah, I kind of did. And we get this little in joke between the two of them. They both say silly rabbit tricks are for kids,
Mm.
which is they're both calling back to something, which sort of suggests they had a friendly relationship. But again, we don't get an awful lot of insight, which is great because we just arrive at this moment in these people's lives.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
and then the rest of the crazy eight come in, don't they?
Crazy 88. Yeah, with Johnny Moe has come back with all these people, and there's a lot of them.
Yes, and we get an amazing um, fight. I think they were all gymnasts or acrobats.
Mm.
It's like a proper acrobat
They're all
company.
either dead or amputees now.
Yeah, yes, she cuts her way through basically all of them. Johnny Moe gives her a bit of trouble,
Mm.
but she gets the best of him. She cuts off his feet and he falls in the like one of the pools, which is now saturated with blood.
Yeah.
She spanks one of them.
Yeah. The last one, I
Yeah,
think.
yeah,
She plucks out a guy's eye,
yeah,
and there's a cut to black and white when she does.
yeah. That was a ratings thing, but it's
Oh,
a good
okay.
time to put that in because they couldn't show all that blood.
No. Um, and when it changes back, she blinks a bit later,
And
and
then
it's
and then the owner turns off the lights. Why does she do that?
don't know.
I don't know either. It's a stylistic choice on the part of this restaurant owner. Um, so yeah, she kills them all. She spanks that one kid who's in way out of his depth. The only one who's not wearing a mask, incidentally, presumably because he hasn't earned it, and he's the runt of the litter, and he runs off home.
Yeah, basically.
Now, partway through this fight, the bride notices that Oren has left. She walks
Yes,
out.
because she would, wouldn't she? You know, she's no reason to watch this.
Well, it seems like that's at that point it becomes clear to Oren that the bride is going to do this. She's going to kill them
Mm.
all, and then she's coming for her. So she leaves to prepare. And it's such a great. It's just a great fight scene. The music's great. The choreography is great. Um, there's bits where she gets cut up. The bits where she looks really tired and worried.
Yeah,
It's not effortless for her, but she is very good. And you get the impression that these kids aren't. They're better than average, and they all have probably killed somebody, but they're not like brilliant. It's just the fact that there's so many of them.
yeah. The sheer number of
Mm.
the Crazy 88
Yeah,
are,
yeah,
able to do to cause her slight bother,
yeah. She
but
address.
inconvenience her.
Yes, yes. It's yeah. You just got to cut through all the mooks, all the
Mm.
goons. And she addresses them all and says, "Those of you lucky enough to still be alive, you can leave, but leave your limbs, your body parts, because they belong to me now." And they slowly sort of crawl their way out and go back home.
It's funny to me that they all waited until she told them to.
That's true.
You
That
know,
well, it's Japan. They're very polite over there.
oh
Um,
yeah. Do you honestly think that they'd be so polite that they would wait until someone who had cut their fucking arm off could say they could leave before they try and crawl to safety?
I don't know. Um, but Sophie has to stay, and we see Sophie not looking nearly as pale as she should be, looking pretty fine for a woman who's just had her arm cut off.
Best case scenario, she's contracted some sort of blood disease
Yeah, there's an
because there's a
awful lot of
lot.
hepatitis mixing around on that dance floor right now.
Yeah,
Um,
and Johnny Moe had AIDS, so
yeah, nobody's drinking out of that pool anymore. Not that you
were they
did to
drinking out
begin
of it
with.
anyway?
I don't know. I don't know. If you get, you know what drunk people are like,
No, yeah, fair point.
and we see the owner looking appalled and shocked, and how the fuck is she going to clean this up?
Yeah,
So the bride follows where she saw Oren go, and they ends up on like a garden rooftop in the beautiful snow, and it does look
Yes, it's
beautiful. It's exactly the sort of place that you'd like to bleed out and die peacefully, isn't it?
yeah. I was looking up at the sky.
Yeah. It's I think yeah, this whole thing is a reference to a film called Lady Snowheart.
Oh, okay.
Um, and Oren is there, asks her about her sword, and is can't believe that it's a Hattori Hanzo sword because Hanzo had stopped.
Yes,
He'd
it's
retired. He swore
doubtful. Very
not to.
doubtful.
Yeah. So they have a fight, and the
It
bride
is.
gets cut.
It's a very short fight, really. I would say.
It is. It is.
Yeah, she's got a massive cut on her back.
Yeah. And Oren taunts her. Says, you may not be able to fight like a samurai, but you can at least die like one. And up
Mm.
the bride gets, and off they go again. And then she gets a cut in.
Yeah.
And Oren,
Oh my god.
yeah, Oren apologizes for mocking her. They have this sort of, the bride asks her if she's ready to go again, and Oren says she is, and it's like there's respect. There is a relationship between these two that we didn't see, you know.
Mm.
And
Yeah.
off they go again, and the bride gets a hit off and cuts the top of Oren's head off.
And she basically almost immediately says, "Oh, it was a real."
Yeah,
And I
that's
thought,
yeah, fucking felt like one. They could do
"Oof,
that. And she
yikes!"
collapses and dies with her brain exposed.
Yeah,
And now
as you
it's
do.
yeah, and the bride finally gets a fucking breather. She plonks
Mm.
herself down, exhausted. It's been a hell of a night, but she did it. And
And she crosses Oren off the list.
yes,
Yes.
and we get to
And then we go back to Sophie.
yeah, who's in the trunk of a car?
Yeah, and gets dumped at a hospital. She gets rolled down a hill to a hospital where they grab her.
Yeah,
And we find out that she'd been kept alive for information purposes.
yes. Well, not
For
just
two reasons.
yeah,
Sorry.
because Bill shows
First
up
one, yes.
and asks her
Go on.
why. And yeah, as you said, sorry, I interrupted you there. I really shouldn't have.
That's all right.
Well, yeah, as you said, there's two reasons. The first is information. The bride wants to know where all the deadly vipers, this assassination group who fucked her over, are, and how to find them, what their movements are, etc.
I hear they initially workshopped the name of Fox Force 5.
Yeah, that was from Pulp Fiction.
Yeah, that's the TV show that for Uma Thurman.
Yeah, yeah, and
Yeah,
Sophie.
character.
Yeah,
Marcellus Wallace was going to be in.
yeah, he's the boss guy, isn't he?
No, sorry, Mia Wallace.
Yeah,
That was her name.
yeah. Yeah, Sophie initially refuses, swears at her in French, and she cuts off another bit of her.
Yep.
And
That's what you get.
the second reason is because she wants them all to know that she is coming for them, that she knows
Yeah.
where they are, and that she wants them to know that she's coming for them. And Bill is kind of he's a powerful presence in this scene. David Carradine's voice is obviously great for this sort of character. You don't see his face yet; it's just his hands. Sophie is apologizing for the betrayal, and he says no, but still nothing except my heart for what they've done to my beautiful, brilliant Sophie.
Mm.
And next thing you know,
Then he asks her a question.
yeah,
He asks her one specific question. He wants to know
yeah,
if Uma Thurman knows that her daughter is still alive.
yes. Is she aware that her daughter is still alive? And then we get end of film. Music's
Absolute
great in that
cinema.
bit as well. Lonely Shepherd, it's brilliant.
Hmm.
So yeah.
Yeah. No, it's a good film.
It's great. I love it, and we've blitzed through this.
Yeah, I'm surprised we've done this so quickly, to be honest with you.
I don't think we've missed anything really major. It's just so good visually. I love the way it looks. I love all the sets. The House of the Blue Leaves looks, you know, stylish and just that whole. I rewatched that scene so much as a kid when I got
Hmm.
this film, and yeah, just the tone of it and the view of like honor and things like that, and just the world that the Kill Bills take place in is right up my street. Um, yeah, it's just great. I love it. I love it.
Yeah, I enjoy it.
So yeah, should we do our best and worst performances?
I would say that I consider Uma Thurman to probably be the strongest performance of this. I think she carried. I know it's mostly her experience. Like
Mm,
it's her story, isn't it, for the
yeah,
most part? And so she is carrying the film in that capacity,
yeah.
and I think she does it well. So I
So,
think it should
yeah,
be
I mean
acknowledged.
yeah, as you said, she's great. I like Sonny Chiba as
Yeah,
Hattori Hanzo. I like his sort of somber tone, and you can sense the regret, the mistakes he's presumably made in the past, and breaking his oath and whatnot.
we all do it.
Uh, I, David Carradine's great. You don't see him, but his voice, perfect casting for that role. And I don't have a bad performance
Well, bad doesn't weakest doesn't mean bad.
or worst even. I don't have a worst or least
Okay, I
favorite.
couldn't. I couldn't work out who. I was going to come back to it, and I never did, and I've been a bit busy. So
That's fine. There's if you thought about it, you probably could, but there's nobody who really stands out. As
maybe Charlie Brown,
yeah,
who's
uh,
mostly there as a visual joke anyway.
yeah, I guess. I don't know. I yeah, I love this movie, and I'm looking forward to discussing part two next time.
You know,
Not next time, the week after.
we can do it next time if you want.
Nah, we'll do it the week after. We'll keep it where it
Okay.
is.
It's funny that when it came to Charlie Brown, I saw the outfit and I thought, oh, I wonder what his character name is because he looks an awful lot like Charlie Brown.
Mm.
And then his character name was Charlie Brown, and then they mentioned him being Charlie Brown. I
Yeah,
was like, oh, okay, yeah,
this is the
fine,
first
okay.
time I noticed like the zigzaggy stripes lines
Hmm.
on his outfit.
Yeah, no, I don't know. I noticed it and I thought, okay, great.
Yeah,
Pause, double check. Oh yeah, okay, fair enough. Whoops.
yeah. So yeah, and
Yeah,
it's one of yours next time, isn't it?
yeah. Oh, I wonder what this film could be. You've got a choice between the. Oh, hmm. Do you want to do the one about immortality or do you want to do the one about God?
Right. So we got Death Becomes Her or Bruce Almighty.
You are wrong.
Sure, it's not Death Becomes Her.
I didn't say it wasn't that. I just said you were wrong because you said two.
I was pretty
We
sure Death
we
Becomes Her would be on your list.
yeah, it's one of the last two. I would rather go with the other one, so we're gonna go with the other one.
Okay, why ask? But okay.
Well,
All right, what is it?
it's whimsy, Ben. It's my whimsy. It's Dogma
Oh, that.
from 1999.
Yeah, I have seen that, and I know you really like it, and
Yeah.
I think it's.
When did you last watch it?
When did I last watch it? That's a good question. I last watched it, I think it's sixth form.
Okay, so
So when I was
we
like
are both very
17,
different
18.
people to who we were back then. You
Yeah.
may analyze it differently then.
I I I don't think it's as clever as it thinks it is. But
Nothing ever is as clever as it thinks it is.
yeah, we'll see you next time for that. Then
Yeah.
bye.
Bye.